A police officer is caught being an OnlyFans model during a traffic stop. Amish men have been shunned after a nationwide emergency alert outs them for having smartphones. And a 104-year-old woman passes away days after making a skydiving record. These are the weird stories for Wednesday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast in the universe. A police officer and OnlyFans. What could go wrong? The Minneapolis Police Department is investigating a situation where an officer was recognized by somebody she pulled over. She was recognized as being an OnlyFans model because the person she pulled over happened to be a subscriber. This all happened during a traffic stop. The unidentified cop who works in the 4th precinct is being probed. Being probed? Woo-hoo. Yeah, you got to pay $30 a month to watch her be probed on her OnlyFans account. She's being probed for any policy violations she may have committed running the adult content subscription service while also working at the same time for the police department. Yeah, there's probably nothing in place as far as protocol goes at the police department. You wouldn't think that any of your cops would be on OnlyFans. You know, new technologies require you to readjust your company policies, and, you know, you got to keep up. A lot of teachers have been caught with OnlyFans accounts over the past couple of years, and now I'd imagine there's policy put in place for future teachers on having OnlyFans and such accounts as well. And this is just something that you're going to have to deal with. And by the way, I mean, people got to work 2 jobs to make ends meet these days. And if you're an attractive individual, OnlyFans is one of your options. And you can make a lot of money with OnlyFans. I don't blame beautiful people for getting on there. I really don't. I mean, when you see the amount of money some of these models make, you're like, wow. I mean, you know, why be a teacher if you can make 10 times that on OnlyFans? Well, you be a teacher because you want to be a good person, you know, clearly. You want to help out the kids. You want to inspire them. You know, a lot of the same reasons why you open an OnlyFans account. You want to be a good person. You want to inspire people. I find it very inspirational when I see these videos. I know. No, I've never seen any OnlyFans videos. I've never been on OnlyFans ever. So I don't know what's going on over there, but I'd imagine there's a lot of handcuffs on OnlyFans as well. There's probably some handcuffs. Maybe he recognized her from the handcuffs. Let's keep reading. Now, according to the driver that got pulled over, he claims it only took him a few minutes to recognize the 34-year-old officer as someone he's seen over the past 5 months have sexual intercourse and post explicit photos on OnlyFans. Hey, you can't arrest me. I've seen your private parts. Is that how it goes? Here's a quote from the driver. The media interviewed him. He said, we were doing a little bit of talking and checking, and I was like, man, she looks familiar. I think she got an OnlyFans page, and I think I'm on her OnlyFans page. And then the man went on to explain how you can see her on OnlyFans. He said, well, you know, you got to go to the VIP section of her OnlyFans page, and then that's where you get to see the videos of her and her I guess husband. I guess that's who it is. You know, I really don't know, but whoever it is, they do full sex on there. Yeah, them videos are featuring full sex. It's full sex intercourse on there. Is this me, or does this sound like the beginning of a pornographic film? Do you know why I pulled you over? I'm not sure, but you look familiar. I think I've seen you in that uniform before. Have you? Well, why don't you step into my vehicle for a further investigation? Now, the police department opened their own investigation into this OnlyFans account of their officer. The account states that she is, quote, free-spirited, overly optimistic, creator of sexy content to please others. Oh, that's lovely. That's... She's just trying to please others with her sexy content. I don't know what this overly optimistic description is. I mean, are people going to OnlyFans for some optimism? I'm going there for a little optimism. Want to look at the world in a more positive light here. The Minneapolis Police Department's off-duty employment policy prohibits officers from working in any business that, quote, is not compatible with police work, including any establishment that provides adult entertainment in the form of nude, semi-nude, or topless exhibitions. So they already have a policy in place, it seems. They probably didn't foresee OnlyFans being a thing. They probably had, years ago, there was a cop who was a stripper at night or something. Maybe they had to deal with that. Now, the article says that the driver had a problem, an issue with the officer's authority after realizing who she was. Here's a quote from the driver. "You can't arrest me no more. I've seen your private parts." Wow, I actually predicted what the guy would say. I said that up top, just joking around. That's what he said. "You can't arrest me no more." I think his grammar needs some improvement. He said, quote, "I wouldn't want her to be arresting me, and I just saw you and your husband last night for $29.99 have sex on OnlyFans. I just can't respect you or the precinct that you're working at." I love this guy. "You're a contradiction, sir. You can't respect her, but you think you're respectable? You're paying $30 to watch people have sex on OnlyFans. No doubt this is not the only OnlyFans you subscribe to. You're probably paying in the hundreds of dollars to watch people's naked photos and videos on OnlyFans. So I wouldn't hold yourself up as a respectable citizen, sir. You know, I don't condemn anyone for going on OnlyFans and paying to watch such things. You know, I don't judge that, but you don't get to judge other people for being on there. You know, given how difficult it is to make ends meet these days, man, you can't pay your bills with one gig. Come on, man. You know, the situation in my country has created this. It's just a storm of strange occurrences. Where am I going with this? It's just a shit show in the U.S. having to pay bills, man. What are you supposed to do? Man, I don't want to fault anybody, in other words, for doing what you can to get by. Hey, you know, I sold illegal substances back in the day to get by, you know, so, and I was a bill collector for a year. Imagine a bill collector? Oh, I mean, I think an OnlyFans model morally and ethically is above a bill collector. Anyways, this is a polarizing topic, I'd imagine. And perhaps some of my listeners have an opinion on this. Call the show 646-450-2012. Yay! Amish men shunned after the nationwide emergency alert outs them for having smartphones. Some members of the Amish community have been shunned by their church after the recent test of an emergency alert system and how it outed them as having procured forbidden mobile phones. Those are some big words, so let me break it down. Apparently, Amish people have smartphones. Recently, there was a test of an emergency alert that hit all cell phones, and it was kind of a loud alert, and so that outed some of these Amish members for having mobile phones. Apparently, they're not supposed to. This was a nationwide emergency alert that was carried out by the U.S. government on the 4th of October. And it drew the attention of community elders in the state of Ohio, where there is a very large Amish community. We have in this story Eli Yoder, a former member of the Amish community, who went on TikTok to share the story, in which he explained how 3 of his friends had gotten in some trouble after their smartphones were discovered in the community. Now, this fella Eli in the story, the former Amish member, says that, quote, "Over the years, there's been a few Amish men that reached out to him for some smartphones. So whenever they requested to have a phone, he would do everything he could to try to get them a phone." He says, now 3 of them texted him and said, "Hey, I'm going to have to lay low for a while. I just got shunned by the community." That emergency alert that went off, yeah, we had our phones on vibrate and it still went off. The article goes on to give a little context here. In Amish culture, it says the practice of shunning involves a separation of a person from their community. A person is no longer allowed to eat or take rides with other community members or engage with most community activities. Well, I mean, that's fine if you got a smartphone at that point. Yeah, shun me. I have a smartphone. I'll just go watch some Pornhub for the next few days until you let me back in. Oh, I can't ride in your buggy? I'll just order an Uber. How about that? Yeah. I'll order the Tesla Uber. Watch me ride away in a Tesla on my way to eat at a Outback Steakhouse. How about that? Yeah, I'll be enjoying my shunning for the next couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Now, according to the Ohio Amish Country website, the Amish are averse to any technology which they feel weakens the family structure. But you have a website. You guys have a website. You understand? You got a website. You're averse to technology. They state that such devices, including televisions, automobiles, telephones, tractors, are considered to be a temptation that could cause vanity, create inequality, or lead the Amish away from their close-knit community. It is common for Amish communities to allow the use of telephones, but they do not allow them inside the home, according to the website. Yeah, you got a website. You got a website, guys. I'll bet you they haven't got a Facebook page. I didn't look, but I'll bet they do. Some of the elders must have a smartphone or a laptop, because you're going to have to check and update the website, I assume. So now you're going to shun others for also having a device of some sort? I'm just looking at a contradiction here. And by the way, I highly doubt they shun them for long. I mean, they can't exactly afford to lose members at this point. I feel bad for the Amish youth. You know they want smartphones. You know it. How are you going to stop the youth from wanting technologies? How? I mean, when they're infants, yeah, you could socialize them into not wanting these things. But as soon as they get a little bit older and they hear about Taylor Swift, I mean, how are you going to stop them from trying to get some Taylor Swift into their life? How? I mean, how are you going to stop them from wanting to see Patrick Mahomes throw a touchdown pass, bro? How? I mean, I'm just saying, good luck with that, all right? Good luck with all of that. I'll bet people get caught with smartphones in the community in very funny ways. I'd love to imagine someone, I don't know, they're all churning butter in the butter mill or whatever the hell you call a place where you churn butter. And someone's ringtone is Pony, and it goes off. On it, let's do it, ride it, my pony. And they're like, what is that? Amazing song. Then they start twerking around the butter churn. I'd love to imagine that scene. And of course, it's only a matter of time before you have some Amish OnlyFans accounts. Imagine some foot fetish in a field. Foot fetish in a field. Are there Amish OnlyFans? There probably are. It's probably people pretending to be Amish. There's got to be an Amish fetish out there, you know? I don't know. Maybe a search should be underway. Want to create a podcast? Spotify's platform lets you easily make, record, distribute a podcast everywhere, even earn a little bit of money, all in one place too, for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. You record and edit on your phone or your computer. You send it to Spotify, and everywhere podcasts can be heard. They even have video podcasting options. Spotify for Podcasters allows you to earn money with ads and subscriptions as well. Best of all, it's free. Try it. Download Spotify for Podcasters or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your life, man. The oldest skydiver on record sadly passed away days later. We have a woman named Dorothy Hoffner. She was 104 years old, from Chicago. She recently skydived, and she could be certified by the Guinness World Records as the oldest person to ever jump from a plane, but sadly, she passed away days later. The lesson here, of course, is, guys, never finish your bucket list, because that's when you're going to croak. Right after you check off that last one. Oh, boy. All right. I'm sorry. I was just trying to squeeze a joke in up top, but this woman is inspiring. Let's read a little bit more about her and her record. And it seemed to me like she lived to the fullest, to the last of her days. And I think that's amazing, and someone who should be celebrated. Dorothy Hoffner. Now, on October 1st, Dorothy made a tandem skydive that will land her in the record books as the world's oldest skydiver. She jumped out of a plane from 13,500 feet at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois, southwest of Chicago. Moments after her landing this amazing jump, she told a cheering crowd, quote, Age is just a number. Don't forget it. That's amazing. Age is just a number. Do what you want to do. This was not her first time jumping from an airplane. Her first time was when she was a very young, spry 100 years of age. How about that? Imagine your first skydive is at 100. This lady's an inspiration, man. Now, the people at the senior center where Dorothy lived out her years are working through the paperwork to ensure that Dorothy's Guinness World Record is certified posthumously as the world's oldest skydive. It's going to take some time. The current record was set in May 2022 by 103-year-old Linnea Ingegard of Sweden. Now, a dear friend of Dorothy claims that her recent skydive wasn't purposely for her to break the record. This individual says that Dorothy just thoroughly enjoyed her first jump and that she just wanted to do it a second time. How about that? She's not going for the record. She's just like, I kind of like that. I'm ready to go again. Now, Skydive Chicago and the United States Parachute Association celebrated Dorothy in a statement yesterday. They say, quote, "We are deeply saddened by Dorothy's passing and feel honored to have been part of making her world record skydive a reality. Skydiving is an activity that many of us safely tuck away in our bucket lists. But Dorothy reminds us that it's never too late to take the thrill of a lifetime. We are forever grateful that skydiving was a part of her exciting, well-lived life." Now, guys, we don't have a lot of feel-good stories on Weird AF News. You know that, being longtime listeners as you are, and I appreciate your dedication. So stories like this, they have to be highlighted. And a reminder to all of us to just never stop living life. Never stop trying new things. You know, push the boundary of life. For all we know, because we don't have any evidence otherwise, for all we know, this is our only ticket to this life on Earth. This is the only time we might get a body to roam around on Earth, explore, get into some adventures, have a little fun, push the needle a little bit on fun and thrills. I've never skydived. Hell, I never even rode a horse, man. Isn't that sad? I've never rode a horse. Jonesy ought to ride a horse. Maybe I should start a fund to get Jonesy on a horse. Something. See, it looks like fun. Do they smell? How do they smell? Is it a smelly ride? I've got a lot of questions about riding a horse. Anyways, enough about me and what I haven't done in my life. I just want you guys to know, get out there, guys. All right, there's a few days before the weekend. Plan something. Bungee jump off an abandoned bridge. Make sure the structure's in place, though. What else can you do? Have you guys ever paintball? That's a lot of fun. I recommend paintball. Go play some vintage baseball. That's what I did this summer. Some of you that are in the Patreon saw the photos and videos of me playing a vintage baseball, I believe. You know, just do some weird, exciting things with your life, man. Dorothy's life is a testament to this and a reminder for you to just go have some fun, man. Yay! I don't see nothing wrong with a little weird news. I don't see nothing wrong with a little weird news. I don't see anything wrong with some weird news. And I don't see anything wrong with parodying an R. Kelly song. Oh, no. What did I do? I'm going to get canceled out of the closet after that antic, after that shenanigan. Please don't turn me into the R. Kelly police, guys. Please don't. This no doubt will get me a horrible review on Amazon and iTunes. This host of the show thought it would be really funny to parody R. Kelly on an episode. How dare he? Think about the kids, man. Think about the kids. Anyways, if you're still with me, you might not be. You might not be with me for long. I'm going to get shunned. Can you shun a podcaster? Yes, you absolutely can. Please don't take away my podcast, guys. It's all I got. It's the only thing I got is this little closet where I record my podcast 5 days a week. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Please call the show, 646-450-2012. You can also email me, funnyjones@gmail.com. If you have a take on any of these stories or you just want to say hi, ask me what's going on this weekend. I'll tell you what's going on this weekend. If you all want to support the show, please leave a review or tell a friend about Weird AF News and how it's just a nice relief from the devastating mainstream news that we have going on right now. There's wars, there's ecological disasters, there's all kinds of stuff going on. There's the Kardashians. Oof, oh my goodness. And so, yeah, we offer Weird AF News as a reprieve. If you would like to support the show because you're wealthy, I don't know if you would listen to this if you're wealthy. I don't know why you would, but maybe you are. Please join my Patreon, patreon.com/WeirdAFnews. Or go to weirdafnews.com and join the Patreon there by clicking on the Patreon banner. You can also download the Patreon app on your smartphone, even if you're Amish, and do a search for Weird AF News and join that way. Lastly, I just want to thank you all for spending a little time with me, and I hope I'll see you tomorrow, okay? I hope we can still be friends, and good luck with your life, man.